What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud
experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Hello folks, welcome back to Oahe Zap Baseball here at Hyde Stadium. The Zap in search of their 5th straight victory. They've won the past 4, all of which have came against the Bison. Last night, Garen Gledhill shined in his debut, was 2 for 4 at the plate and threw out 2 runners from behind home plate for the Zap. His Saracoso teammate Aiden Johnson helped out as well, was 3 for 5, picked up 3 RBIs. The Zap would go on to win by a final score of 11-6. The Bison 0-7 on the season, still in search of their first victory. These two teams trending in opposite directions. It'll be Aiden Johnson on the bump tonight for the Oahe Zap. Johnson this season in 7 games has gone 26 innings, 7 of those appearances, 6 starts for Johnson. It'll be his 7th start tonight, an ERA of 8.31, 39 hits, a 1-to-1 walk-to-strikeout ratio, 17 walks and 17 strikeouts. For the Bison, it'll be Aiden Hall on the mound. It'll be Hall's first appearance pitching this summer for the Bison. Unsure of what we're going to see from him. Cole Ottersberg is going to throw on a Bison uniform, and he'll give them some innings out there on the mound. Beyond that, not sure what to expect from Bison pitching here this evening. Let's take a preview at the Oahe Zap lineup tonight. Cole Ottersberg leading off at third base. He'll head over to the Bison side midway through the ballgame. Batting second and left, Noah Wiggins. Garen Gledhill, DHs. He'll bat third. Jacob Trusner cleaning up at first. Mason Lang catching, he bats fifth. Buck Snabs at short bats sixth. Isaac Martinez, Braden Byram, and Emiliano Carriel rounding it out for the Oahe Zap. The Zap, 4 games is their longest winning streak this season. They look to continue and extend it to 5 games here tonight. Buck Snabs brings in an 11-game hitting streak into the ballgame. That's going to be something to watch. Can he stretch it to 12? We will find out when we come back. It'll be first pitch of Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own...
Back here at Hyde Stadium, just about ready to get underway. Aiden Johnson takes the mound tonight for the Oahe Zap. Johnson, in 7 appearances, has gone 26 innings, a 1-5 record, posting an 8.31 ERA, even 1-1 strikeout-to-walk ratio, 17 strikeouts and walks apiece. It's a hot one here, 96 degrees, although it seems to be a little bit hotter, sitting around 99 degrees right now, game time temperature. That's going to be crucial for both sides to try and stay cool. And yeah, it is the hottest game of the summer here in Pierce, South Dakota. Take a look at the Bison lineup tonight. Leading off for the Bison in right field, Isaiah Brandt batting second out in center. Alex Everson. Nick Gordon plays left. He bats third. Cleaning up the first baseman, Dayton Francis. Batting fifth at second base, it's Ethan Kang. Cullen Kleinsaucer plays third. He's batting sixth. DHing Josh Myers bats seventh. Mason Tassano behind the plate bats eighth. And Talon Field at shortstop batting ninth. It'll be Aiden Hull on the mound tonight for the Bison, as Aiden Johnson is just about ready to get underway. Johnson, predominantly a fastball curveball pitcher, mixes in a slider and a changeup. 58% of his pitches find the zone this season. Well, Isaiah Brandt gets ready to step in. Brandt 4 for 12 at the plate this summer. The Bison have played just 7 games so far. They are 0-7 on the year, 4 of which have come against the Oahe Zap. And that's been the 4-game winning streak for the Zap. They played him on July 4th, 5th, and 6th for a 3-game series. The Zap took the sweep, then had 4 days off, picked up their 4th win in a row yesterday, and the second game of this 2-game series today. Zap 2 days off following this one. Johnson is ready. First pitch, cut on and missed. 0-1 the count on Brandt. Brandt getting on base at a .429 clip this season. Johnson's 0-1 pitch. Fastball upstairs. Count evens 1-1. Well, getting ahead in the count going to be crucial for Johnson. 59% of his first pitches find the strike zone, as he did so in this at-bat. Now the 1-1 pitch fouled off, 1-2. Well, Johnson 3 for 5 at the plate last night, drove in 3 runs. The Zap had 2 Mountain Dew MVPs. It was him and his Saracoso teammate, Garen Gledhill. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Isaiah Brandt goes down swinging. Aiden Johnson strikes out the first hitter he faces, and there's one away here in the top of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Oahe Zap in the field. Noah Wiggins out in left, Emiliano Curiel in center. It's Braden Byram in right, Cole Ottersberg at the hot corner, Buck Snabs at short, Isaac Martinez at second, Jacob Trusner at first, and Mason Lang behind the dish. Johnson goes to the breaking ball, finds the strike zone on Alex Everson. Everson hitting .267. Back to the breaking ball there, finds the inside corner. Johnson ahead in the count 0-2, pounding the strike zone early. Well, his teammate at Saracoso, Garen Gledhill, it was his first day with the Zap yesterday. Johnson, back-to-back strikeouts to begin this ballgame, gets Alex Everson to chase at the breaking ball down in the dirt. Looked like 3 curveballs from Aiden Johnson. Sends down Alex Everson, 2 away here in the top of the first inning. And so Gledhill was 2 for 4 at the plate yesterday, threw out 2 runners from behind the plate. Johnson gets a swing and a miss there. He's gotten ahead of each and every Bison hitter in this inning, trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. 0-1 pitch, called for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Johnson has 3 1-2-3 innings this season, looking for a 4th right here. The 0-2 to Nick Golden, cut on and missed. Aiden Johnson strikes out the side. Isaiah Brandt, Alex Everson, and Nick Golden all go down swinging. A nice start to the ballgame for Aiden Johnson and the Oahe Zap as we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Own personal career coach. What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on.
Aiden Johnson, a terrific start to the game for the Oahe Zap. 3 strikeouts to begin the ball game. Take a look at the Zap lineup here this evening. Leading off at third base, Cole Ottersberg. Batting second in left field, it's Noah Wiggins. Garen Gledhill, as we mentioned, a great debut for the Oahe Zap last night, bats third. Jacob Trusner cleaning up at first. Mason Lang bats fifth. He's catching tonight. Buck Snabs at short bats sixth. Isaac Martinez batting seventh. He's playing second. Braden Byram and Emiliano Curiel rounding out the Zap lineup. It's Aiden Hall on the mound for the Bison. Hall's first appearance pitching this season. Not really sure what we're going to see here from Aiden Hall. Hall out of Long Beach University, the only Division I player on the Bison this season. Cole Ottersberg steps in. Ottersberg yesterday came into the ballgame for Jackson Mix, went 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Mix, a little bit of an injury mid-game, so Ottersberg gets the start here tonight. Hall's first pitch, fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count on Cole Ottersberg. Ottersberg hitting 169 at the plate this season. He's driven in 8 runs. Hall's 1-0. Called for a strike on the inside corner. Ottersberg might not have liked that one. Regardless, count evens up 1-1. 2-1 the count. Hall comes home with the 2-1 pitch. Ottersberg lines it into right field, a base hit, and it gets past Isaiah Brandt and right. Ottersberg digging for second. He'll stop there. A sharply hit baseball from Cole Ottersberg gave Isaiah Brandt trouble out in right field. Ottersberg taking advantage, getting into second base on the error. So it'll be a single for Ottersberg, advancing to second on the error from Isaiah Brandt. Zap with the runner in scoring position for Noah Wiggins. Wiggins had a very nice evening yesterday, was 3 for 5 at the plate. He drove in a run and scored. Ottersberg has a lot of speed off second. He was caught stealing yesterday by the Bison. Wiggins takes the first pitch high, 1-0. Noah Wiggins has 4 multi-hit games over his past 6 ball games. During that stretch, he is 13 for 26 at the plate. Wiggins has been hot in the month of July. Hall's 1-0 pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner. Count 1-1. Noah Wiggins has his average up to .295 on the season. Ottersberg, a massive lead off second, seeming to be at least 15 feet off the bag. Ethan Kang not really holding him on. Aiden Hall steps off. And Ottersburg retreats, but no one to throw the ball to for Hall. Ottersburg running on the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Going to be a tough play for Kang. Fields fires to first in time. Coming home is Ottersburg. He is safe. Cole Ottersburg was stealing on the pitch and didn't stop running around third. Takes advantage of the slow ground ball from Noah Wiggins and comes home to score. The Zap out to a 1-0 lead. Cole Ottersburg never stopped churning around third. He knew he would have time on the slow chopper. Ethan Kang never took a look at Ottersburg and went to first. It was a close play at the plate, but Ottersburg slid around the tag from Mason to Sano. And the Zap lead 1-0. Well, after the ground out, one out here in the bottom of the first inning, Noah Wiggins will pick up the RBI, his 10th of the season. Now the base is empty with one man out for Garen Gledhill. Gledhill swings and misses at the breaking ball, 0-1. Mentioned a couple of base hits yesterday for Gledhill. He scored twice, also worked a walk. Hall comes home with the 0-1 fastball, fouled away into Capitol Avenue. Seems to avoid all the vehicles over there. And the count now 0-2 on Garen Gledhill. Well, Gledhill's got a long swing. It'll be interesting to see if he shortens up on the baseball here in the 0-2 count. Gledhill has a lot of power, had 2 home runs at Saracoso last season, takes down in the dirt, count 1-2. Jacob Trusner sits on deck. Mason Lang is in the hole. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball a little outside. 2-2. Hall out of the windup. The pitch hit on the ground towards second. Takes a big hop up on Ethan Kang. Fields it cleanly. Goes to first for the second out of the inning. Ethan Kang, a couple of nice plays at second base, despite the fact that Cole Ottersburg came around to score on the ground ball from Noah Wiggins. Wiggins' ground ball took Kang well to his right, and it was a nice play to even get the out at first there, dealing with a pretty big hop up off the infield dirt. Jacob Trusner steps in with 2 men out in the bottom of the first. Zap lead 1-0. Trusner chases the slider low and away. Count 0-1. Trusner had an off day yesterday. Last series over July 4th to 6th against the Bison. He was 2 for 8 at the plate. Takes the 0-1 fastball outside, 1-1. Trusner hitting 197 on the season. A couple of home runs, both of which came at home against the Fremont Moo. Trusner takes the 1-1 for a strike. Nicely placed pitch from Aiden Hall. Seemed to go to the changeup on the knees of Jacob Trusner, catching the inside corner. Hall's 1-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Jacob Trusner down swinging. The Zap score 1 run on 1 hit and an error by Isaiah Brandt in right field. Aiden Hall recovers nicely after that, though. After 1 inning of play, the Zap lead the Bison 1-0. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed.
Aiden Johnson back on the mound in the top of the second. He struck out the side in the first. The Zap sporting bright green Wildcats jerseys here tonight. The Pierre Wildcats, the sponsor of today's ball game. They do great work helping kids with disabilities through playing sports. They are associated with the Special Olympics. And so a big thank you from the Oahe Zap to the Pierre Wildcats for continuing to support this ball club. Johnson will face the 4-5-6 hitters in the Bison lineup. Dayton Francis, Ethan Kang, and Cullen Kleinsaucer. Dayton Francis pinch hit last night, recorded a strikeout. He's hitting .227 this season. Johnson finds the outside corner for strike one. Johnson has begun every at-bat with the first pitch strike to this point. Now the 0-1 goes to the fastball there. Francis takes for strike two. Johnson quickly out ahead, 0-2. Well, Dayton Francis has driven in 6 runs this season, has 1 home run. That leads the Bison team. Francis off the end of the bat. Buck snaps, unable to field it in shallow left field. Took a leap, seemed to get the end of his glove on the baseball, but unable to squeeze it home. It'll be a base hit for Dayton Francis.
Now batting for the Bison, tonight's spear batter, number 17, Ethan Kang.
Brings up Ethan Kang, the first base runner of the ballgame for the Bison. Ethan Kang pinch hit as well last night, struck out in his one at-bat, hitting .190 this season. Kang, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. Johnson comes off the mound, but he'll find the seats. The count 0-1. Ethan Kang has been struggling as of late. He was 4 for his first 7 at-bats, but since then 0 for his last 14. Francis, a short lead off first. He's not going anywhere. Johnson's 0-1. Check swing from Kang. Did he go around? No signal from our home plate umpire. So the count will go to 1-1. You think Mason Lang would maybe try and check down to the field umpire and appeal that one, see if Kang went around. Kang takes that one for a strike. The count now 1-2. Johnson's 1-2 pitch is fouled away. Well, Ethan Kang, the beer batter here tonight. Got the Zap manager Jamie Haberger on the mic here at Hyde Stadium, as he's going to try and have the crowd make some noise. 2 strikes on the beer batter. 1-2 pitch over the head of Ethan Kang. The count evens up at 2-2. Johnson's 2-2 pitch back to the breaking ball, grounded foul. Ethan Kang ahead of the curve there. Goes to the left of the third base bag, and the count remains 2-2. Long at bat here for Ethan Kang. Aiden Johnson got through the first inning in just 11 pitches. A runner on first, 2-2 the count on Kang. No one out here in the top of the second inning. Fastball is fouled up. Well, Skibby swung on and missed. Heading down to second is Dayton Francis. Ethan Kang unable to head down to first on the drop third strike because Francis was occupying the bag. Strikeout for Aiden Johnson. All 4 of Johnson's outs have come via the strikeout. Runner on second for the Bison brings up Cullen Kleinsaucer. First pitch swinging from Kleinsaucer in the count 0-1. Once again, Aiden Johnson, first pitch strike on each of the 6 hitters that he's faced this ball game. The 0-1 pitch is chopped foul, 0-2. Kleinsaucer 4 for 18 at the plate, has 8 strikeouts on the season in just 18 plate appearances. That's been a problem early on for Kleinsaucer. He's behind in the count 0-2. Can Johnson get his 5th strikeout here? The fastball hit on the ground towards second. Fielded by Martinez. Underhand flips to Jacob Trusner at first. Dayton Francis advances from second to third on the ground ball to the right side. 2 outs in the top of the second with the runner on third. The Bison trying to tie this ball game up at 1 run apiece. Josh Myers, the starting pitcher last night for the Bison, steps in. Myers still looking for his first hit of the season. He's 0 for 9 at the plate with 7 strikeouts. First pitch fastball misses inside, 1-0. The first time that Aiden Johnson has fallen behind in the count all ball game. Fastball, a touch inside, and the count 2-0 now on Josh Myers. Myers gave up a 3 spot to the Zap in the bottom of the first inning. The Bison would score 4 unanswered and take a 4-3 lead over the Zap. Johnson perhaps a bit high with that one, falling behind 3-0 in the count. But the Zap came back with 4 runs of their own in the bottom of the 5th and would not rescind the lead from there. They'd win 11-6. 3-0 fastball called for a strike, 3-1. That one misses high, and it'll be a walk to Josh Myers. Looks like Vince Polizzi has come into the ballgame playing third base for the Oahe Zap. An early substitution for the Zap as Ottersberg will put on a Bison uniform. He's going to be the second pitcher into the ballgame. Polizzi has not played third base all season, but Jackson Mick still dealing with a little bit of an injury. And Polizzi fills in at third. Runners on the corners with 2 men out now for Mason Tisano. Johnson, pickoff attempt toward first. Ground balls to third base are going to be something to watch tonight, as Polizzi has just played first all season. A couple of times he's DH'd, but nothing else. That one lifted in the air left field. Should be playable for Wiggins, who makes the catch out in left. Aiden Johnson and the Oahe Zap strand 2 runners on. And the Zap retain a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
On experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Brings a lot of enthusiasm to it.
Bottom of the second inning, the Zap lead the Bison 1-0. Mason Lang leads it off for the Zap. 5, 6, and 7 here in the second inning for the Zap. Lang, Snabs, and Martinez. The Zap scoring 1 run in the bottom of the first inning. Cole Ottersberg led things off with a line drive to right field. Advanced to second on the error from Isaiah Brandt. He was stealing third on a pitch to Noah Wiggins. Lang, first pitch, fouled off 0-1. And on the ground ball from Wiggins, well, he rounded third and came home, sliding in safely, beating the tag from Mason Tisano. Hall's 0-1, outside 1-1. It's Mason Lang's first game since July 5th. In that ball game, he was 2 for 5 with a couple of runs, batting .294 on the season. 1-1 upstairs, 2-1. Mason Lang, one of 5 Zap players with a home run this season, came back on June 30th. A long ball out to right field. He's driven in 8 runs this season. Cuts through that one, and the count now 2-2. Cole Ottersberg now up in the Bison bullpen in left field. Well, he hurt the Bison with the base hit coming around to score. Now he's going to face his former team. Lang, that one hit in the air left field. Calling it off is Nick Golden, who makes the play. 1 out now in the bottom of the second.
For the Wildcats, his shortstop, number 35, Buck Snabs.
Buck Snabs steps in. Snabs carrying an 11-game hitting streak into this ball game. Hit a double in his first at-bat last night. Last night he was hitting second in the order. That double drove in Jackson Mix. Snabs takes up and in 1-0. His average now up to .330 on the season. Gets on base at a clip of .421. The 1-0 pitch called for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. The 1-1 hit on the ground. That ball fielded by Kang. Kang fires to first in time. Solid play from Ethan Kang, ranging to his right up the middle of the infield. So Buck Snabs will have to extend his hitting streak later this ball game. 2 outs in the bottom of the second for Isaac Martinez. Martinez came to the Zap at the end of the month of June. He's 3 for 14 this season and takes the breaking ball outside from Hall. Aiden Hall on about a 30-pitch limit tonight. .1-0 fastball, misses inside, 2-0. Martinez just a .214 average, but getting on base at a .421 percentage thanks to 5 walks on the season. The count runs 2-1 after a called strike on the outside corner. Aiden Hall looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Cole Ottersberg coming in from the left field pen. 2-1 pitch hit on the ground. Slow chopper towards second. Francis Fields fires to the pitcher, but the throw goes away. Aiden Hall had come over to cover first. Ethan Kang wasn't really sure if he was going to be able to make the play. Dayton Francis moves off the first base bag. Aiden Hall was covering. Even if the throw was on target, not sure if that one would have beat Isaac Martinez to the bag. If I had to score it up here in the booth, I would give Martinez the infield single, but we'll await an official scoring on that one. That's going to do it for Aiden Hall as he was on just the 30-pitch limit. And Cole Ottersberg comes into the game for the Bison. Zap lead 1-0, 2 outs in the bottom of the second, runner on first. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket.
So Cole Ottersberg will try and give the Bison some length out of the bullpen and ease the burden on their pitching staff. Ottersberg has pitched once this season for the Oahe Zap. In that one appearance, he went 2 innings, giving up 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 strikeout. He didn't walk a batter. Ottersberg finding the strike zone with 68% of his pitches. He'll face his teammate Braden Byram with 2 outs and a runner on first. Gets Byram to swing through the breaking ball. Byram gives him a friendly smile. Perhaps wasn't expecting the off-speed pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat. Now the 0-1. Back to the breaking ball. Drops it in for strike 2. Ottersberg winning the mind games with Braden Byram right now. He's gone to 2 breaking balls. Does he go to the heater here? 0-2 pitch. Cut on and miss. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Cole Ottersberg strikes out Braden Byram to end the bottom of the second inning. Zap lead 1-0. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at
Zap lead the Bison as we enter the third inning here at Hyde Stadium. The 9-hitter Talon Field leads off the top of the third for the Bison. Johnson's first pitch hit on the ground towards second, fielded by Martinez, fires to first in time. One pitch, one out for Aiden Johnson. Johnson gave up one hit and one walk back in the second inning. Stranded runners on first and third as he got Mason Tisano to fly out to left field to end the threat. That sends it back to the top of the Bison order for Isaiah Brandt. Brandt, a strikeout victim in the first. That one misses a little outside, 1-0. Johnson, 4 strikeouts through the first 2 innings of play. 1-0 pitch. A fastball right on the knees of Isaiah Brandt, called for a strike, 1-1. One breaking ball misses low and away, 2-1. We still haven't seen a ground ball to third quite yet. Vince Polizzi has not been tested out with the glove at third. Johnson's 2-1 heater chopped on to second. Martinez fields, fires to first. Looked like a replica of the first batter of the inning. A quick 2 outs for Aiden Johnson and the Oahe Zap. A couple of ground balls over to Isaac Martinez at second base. Johnson looking for his second 1-2-3 inning of the ballgame. He's going to have to get through Alex Everson. Everson, a strikeout in the first. First pitch swinging at that one, fouls it off, 0-1. "26 of Aiden Johnson's 35 pitches have been strikes to this point." 0-1 pitch is lined through the right side, a base hit for Alex Everson. Everson a little bit behind the fastball, but he barreled it up nicely. On the ground right between Isaac Martinez at second and Jacob Trusner at first. The second hit of the ballgame for the Bison. And a 2-out base runner for Nick Golden, who steps in. Golden struck out swinging back in the first. Golden now 0 for 5. He was hitting .286 coming into the ballgame. Runner goes on the pitch. Throw down to second from Lang. Squirts into center field. Alex Everson will stay put at second base. That's his third stolen base of the season. He leads the Bison with 3 swipe bags now. Johnson looking back at the runner, comes home with the 1-0 pitch. A swing and a miss from Nick Golden evens up the count at 1-1. So the second runner in scoring position of the ball game for the Bison. Golden fouls that one away. And over Capitol Avenue, heads towards Capitol Lake, and the count 1-2. The Zap shifting Nick Golden. Buck Snabs playing right behind the base runner, Alex Everson. Isaac Martinez playing farther to his right than he usually does. A soft shot left side. Going to be a tough play from Snabs. Eats the throw. Look to third. He'll toss the ball to Polizzi. But staying put on third base, Alex Everson. Nick Golden beats the shift. It would have been a routine play for Buck Snabs had he been in his regular positioning. Runners on the corners with 2 men out. Johnson left runners on the corners stranded back in the second inning. He's going to have to do so again here if he wants to maintain his Zap lead. Dayton Francis digs in. Francis led off the second inning with a single. Johnson, pickoff attempt towards first base. And Johnson will check in on the runner at first once again. Vince Polizzi not holding on the runner at third. It's Alex Everson. Nick Golden, the runner, off first. Dayton Francis hitting .400 this season with runners in scoring position. Johnson's first pitch goes to the breaking ball, called for a strike. A beauty from Johnson. Drops in on the knees of Dayton Francis on the outside corner, 0-1. And Johnson, the third pickoff attempt over toward first. Nick Golden has some speed, one stolen base this summer. And with runners on the corners, a prime opportunity. He goes on the pitch, breaking ball thrown down to second. Buck snaps a leaping catch to prevent the ball from going into center field. Keeps the runner at third. He cut it off short of second base, was more worried about the throw going into center than he was tagging the runner out, and understandably so. The count now 1-1. Johnson's pitch hit hard center field. That ball gets down for a base hit. Golden's being waved home. The relay to the plate is not in time. The throw from Jacob Trusner was down in the dirt to Mason Lang. Not much of a chance for him to field and apply the tag on Nick Golden. Dayton Francis drives in 2 runs, and the Bison lead by a score of 2-1.
Now batting for the Bison, tonight's spear batter, number 17, Ethan Kang.
Dayton Francis has now driven in 8 runs this season. Now just a runner on first with 2 men out as Everson and Golden came home to score. Kang struck out last inning in the second. Johnson's fastball called for a strike, 0-1. Ethan Kang now 0 for his last 15 at the plate. 0-1 pitch. And that one looks like it hit Ethan Kang in the hands. Unsure if it was off the knob of the bat at first. Johnson is going to ask for some clarification. Ethan Kang is heading down toward first. And the home plate umpire will say that it did indeed hit him in the hands. Runners on first and second with 2 men out. The threat not over here in the top half of the third. Bison a 2-run lead. Pitch to Ethan Kang brings up Cullen Kleinsaucer. Kleinsaucer ground ball to second in his first at bat. Takes that one down in the dirt, 1-0. A 2-out rally here for the Bison. Aiden Johnson had recorded the first 2 outs. Got Talon Field and Isaiah Brandt both to hit ground balls to second base. That one shot right at Jacob Trusner, who catches it on the fly for the 3rd out of the inning. Johnson strands runners on first and second, but not before 2 runs come around to score, and the Bison take a 2-1 lead over the Oahe Zap. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today.
Faced just one hitter in the second inning, struck out Braden Byram on 3 pitches. Came in to relieve Aiden Hall of his duties. 9-1-2 for the Zap this inning. Emiliano Curiel. Then it will be Vince Polizzi at the top of the lineup as he came into the ballgame for Cole Ottersberg. And Noah Wiggins will follow. Curiel, did he make the play? Curiel, it looks like Everson dropped the ball out in center field. Curiel stands in safe, now heads back to the dugout. And it looks like Everson caught the ball. Curiel thought that it had dropped, lost it a little bit in the bright sun here in Pierce, South Dakota. So Everson makes the play for the first out of the inning. He had turned back to face the center field's wall. It was unclear whether or not he had caught it or fielded it off the wall. Curiel thought that he had perhaps dropped it, was standing in off second base. Instead, one man out for the Zap in the bottom half of the third for Vince Polizzi. Polizzi takes the first pitch breaking ball up and in, 1-0. Ottersberg's 1-0 breaking ball is fouled off, and the count evens up 1-1. Polizzi hitting .277 as he enters this ball game. Last night was 1 for 4 at the plate. Usually plays first base, this time at the other side of the diamond. Fouls that one off, 1-2. That's what you know you're going to get from Cole Ottersberg. He's going to find the strike zone. Doesn't have the most velocity on his fastball. Goes to the breaking ball there, missing the count 2-2. So you'll see some hittable pitches from Ottersberg, but he's not going to give you free passes on the base paths. 2-2 breaking ball fouled off once again. Polizzi, 6 home runs this season. Two, and that one in off the elbow of Vince Polizzi. Polizzi shakes it off and heads down to first. Noah Wiggins steps in.
Now bat for Pure Wildcats, left fielder number 3, Noah Wiggins.
Wiggins a ground ball to second base in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1 today. Wiggins got to face his Southern Wesleyan teammate Jackson Mix yesterday, who came in to pitch for the Bison. Wiggins a base hit to the it really is a game of inches. The ball had started in fair territory, but the spin took it just to the left of the foul line, and the count now 0-1. Ottersberg with the 0-1 pitch, drops a curveball in, but just missing a touch inside, and the count now 1-1. Garen Gledhill stands on deck. Wiggins hits that one well out toward left field, sends Golden back, who settles under the baseball to make the play. Well struck ball from Noah Wiggins. Quick reaction time out in left field from Nick Golden, as there's now 2 men out with the runner on first for Garen Gledhill. Gledhill grounded out to second in his first at-bat. First pitch swinging. Misses at the breaking ball, 0-1. Ottersberg has looked very effective on the mound for the Bison to this point. The one base runner he's given up, a hit by pitch to Vince Polizzi. Gledhill fouls that one off, the count 0-2. A couple of hard-hit baseballs, however, from Emiliano Curiel and Noah Wiggins. Gledhill off the end of the bat toward foul territory, running out of room, Cullen Kleinsaucer. The count 0-2. It'll be an 0-2 coming to Garen Gledhill. The pitch up and away, 1-2. And for a guy coming in for his first game of summer ball yesterday, looked very comfortable behind the plate. Jacob Skinner had the start for the Zap. Gledhill, line drive out to right field, sends back Brandt, called off by Alex Everson, who makes the play. Garen Gledhill just missed that baseball. Looked like it might have had a chance off the bat. The Zap strands one runner in the bottom of the third inning as the Bison retain a 2-1 lead. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
TicketSmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Top of the fourth inning, Bison a 2-1 lead over the Zap. The Zap hit the baseball hard in the bottom half of the third against Cole Ottersberg, but it found the gloves of the outfielders. Emiliano Curiel, Noah Wiggins, and Garen Gledhill all made solid contact, but none of the baseballs could find the outfield grass. The only base runner of the inning, Vince Polizzi, who was hit by a pitch. Aiden Johnson now back on the mound. Let's take a look. Well, we'll hold off on the Independence League standings for now. As Josh Meyer steps in, Jackson Takahashi has come into the ballgame for Cullen Kleinsaucer at third, an early substitution for the Bison. Myers a walk back in the second inning. First pitch swinging, ground ball to third. Polizzi fields, fires to first, pulling Trusner off the bag, tried to apply the tag, but the ball knocked out of his glove by Josh Myers. Polizzi looks solid on that play at first, but the throw just a little high on Jacob Trusner as Polizzi tries to settle into his new position. So it'll go down as an error on the throw from Polizzi. Looked like Trusner might have had a chance to apply the tag, but Josh Myers ran hard through the tag and knocked the ball out of his glove. Mason Tassano flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Swings through that one. 0-1. The first error of the ballgame for the Oahe Zap. That one misses down in the dirt. Count evens 1-1. Well, errors were a problem for both sides last night. The Bison picking up 5 errors in their loss last night. The Zap 3 errors of their own. 17 runs were scored between both sides last night. Just 7 of those runs were earned. Johnson gets out ahead in the count 1-2 on Tisano. Myers doesn't have a stolen base attempt this season. Unsure of the speed he possesses, the base runner a big lead off of first. Johnson misses high with the fastball. Lang checks down on first. The count 2-2. Johnson's 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Ground ball to third. Polizzi fields. Fires to first. That time a nice throw from Vince Polizzi. Polizzi looking pretty comfortable over there at the hot corner. He fielded both baseballs cleanly. Had trouble on the first throw. That one on target to Trusner. The 5-3 putout. And now 1 out with a runner on second for the Bison. Josh Myers was running on the pitch. Polizzi with no chance to get the force play at second. Johnson misses outside with the fastball. 1-0 the count on Talon Field. Field, after grounding out to second in the third, 2 for 11 this season. Batting average dipping below 200. Takes the fastball on the outside corner. The count even at 1-1. A nice crowd here at Hyde Stadium. Free Friday always seems to bring in the folks here in Pierce, South Dakota. Unsure of the exact attendance numbers, but estimating it to be somewhere around the 450 number. Johnson looking back at the runner on second. Now comes home with the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets by Mason Lang. Heading down to third is Josh Myers. The count 3-1 on Talon Field.
He thought you were playing the 7th-inning stretch. The 7th-inning stretch.
3-1, 1 out. Pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner. Talon Fields had grabbed the handle of his bat to toss it away. Thought he was going to head down to first with a walk. Instead, the count full. 3-2, runner on third. Pitch from Johnson is fouled off. Fields stays alive. The Zap in a 1-run deficit right now. The Bison threatening to do some more damage with a runner at third. The infield remains back. 3-2 pitch, cut on and missed. A huge strikeout from Aiden Johnson, his 5th of the ball game. The reason that strikeout's so meaningful, with 1 man out, a ground ball could score the runner from third. But Johnson gets Field to go down swinging. Isaiah Brandt 0 for 2 today, steps in. The Bison looking to cash in on their runner on third. Brandt chases down in the dirt, 0-1. Brandt hitting .333 with runners in scoring position.
Oh, on the foul balls? I don't know. Did they say they're out of freezes?
Oh, the count now 1-1 on Isaiah Brandt. Johnson comes set, now comes home with the pitch. Fouled off, 0-2. Johnson has thrown 62 pitches now. 44 have found the strike zone, trying to get through a clean top of the fourth inning. 2 men out, 0-2 the count. Johnson delivers the 0-2 pitch back to the breaking ball, fouled off. Brandt stays alive. Johnson had fooled Brandt on the breaking ball, but Brandt managed to keep his hands back just long enough to foul it off. He had his body out in front of the pitch, and his weight was off balance. So they'll do it over again at the 0-2 count. Johnson back to the breaking ball, and once again fouled off from Isaiah Brandt. Perhaps Johnson will try and exit the strike zone here and induce a chase. The only problem with that, with the runner on third, you don't want to throw a wild pitch and allow a run to come home to score with 2 men out. Johnson's 0-2 to the heater, fouled off once again.
That is another Oxford Indian foul ball.
The count remains 0-2 on Isaiah Brandt, who is battling in this at-bat. Johnson misses outside 1-2. It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Isaiah Brandt. Johnson comes set. Lang gives him a target. The 1-2. Fastball hit well, right field, sends Braden Byram back, who settles under the baseball and makes the play for the final out. Aiden Johnson strands a runner on third and keeps the Bison to just a 1-run lead. It's a 2-1 ball game.
Hey, baseball fans, the Oahe Zap returned Monday to take on the Spearfish Sassafras.
By learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if
we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. The Bison still with a 2-1 lead over the Oahe Zap. Cole Ottersberg remains on the mound. Jacob Trusner will lead it off. Trusner struck out swinging back in the first inning. That was against the Bison's starting pitcher in Aiden Hall. They're trying to figure out who to give a bucket of wings to at Hyde Stadium. Got Scott from the Long Branch coming to give out the prize. And he has found his customers giving out wings from the Long Branch. Fun to see some mid-inning games here. Haberger on the mic at Hyde Stadium, and I'd say he's rocking it so far.
Now batting for the Pier Wildcats, first baseman number 32, Jacob Trusner.
Trusner first pitch swinging right at Jackson Takahashi at third. A little off the end of the bat from Jacob Trusner, who was aggressive early in the count, but right at Takahashi for the first out of the inning. Brings up Mason Lang. Lang, a fly out to left field in the second. Takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. Ottersberg has yet to give up a hit in this ball game. He's recorded 5 outs. Ottersberg out of the windup with the 1-0, outside 2-0. Pitch. Ottersberg has missed outside on each of his 3 first offerings to Mason Lang and is now behind 3-0 in the count. The 3-0 called for a strike, perhaps a little bit below the knees of Mason Lang. Count now 3-1. Ottersberg has not walked a batter to this point. Lang fouls off the 3-1 pitch, and the count runs full. The Zap with a couple of off days after this game against the Bison, off for the weekend Saturday and Sunday. Then they play the Sasquatch for 1 game Monday. Fouled off once again from Mason Lang. The count stays full. And after that 1 game against Spearfish, well, another off day for the Zap. A much lighter schedule here in July than in the month of June. Lang off the end of the bat, shallow center field, tosses his bat away as Talon Fields makes the play for the second out of the inning. Cole Ottersberg recovers from a 3-0 count, battles back and gets Mason Lang to pop one up to shortstop. Two outs now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ottersberg looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Buck Snab steps in and takes the first pitch, fastball high, 1-0. Snab still trying to extend that hitting streak to 12 games. He's 0 for 1 today, a ground ball to second. Hits that one hard, but right at Jackson Takahashi. Fields fires to first. Cole Ottersberg and the Bison work a 1-2-3 inning, and the Bison lead the Zap 2-1. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
If you could earn cash while you go to school. Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined?
Jamie's rocking.
DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers.
Top of the 5th inning, the Bison still leading the Zap 2-1. The Zap have continued to hit the ball hard off of Cole Ottersberg, but it has been right at the Bison fielders. Last inning, Jacob Trusner lined out to third base. Buck snaps a hard hit ground ball right at Jackson Takahashi at third. And Ottersberg worked a 1-2-3 inning. The Zap still hitless against Cole Ottersberg as we head to the 5th. Aiden Johnson back on the mound, trying to get in position to pick up a win, but the Zap would have to do some damage in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Alex Everson leads things off here for the Bison and takes high 1-0. Everson a single back in the third, stole a base and came around to score. Everson steps out. Johnson's 1-0 pitch fouled off the end of the bat of Everson. Count evens up at 1-1. I'll stay tuned during the middle of the fifth. We'll have some Oahe Zap trivia. As always, the winner will be the first correct answer in the YouTube comments section and will win 2 free general admission tickets to an Oahe Zap game of your choosing. Johnson drops in the curveball. And the count now 1-2 on Alex Everson. Back to the curve there, fly ball center field. Curiel about 5 steps back to make the play for the first out of the inning. That brings up Nick Golden. Golden a base hit back in the third. He would come around to score on the single from Dayton Francis. 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout in the first. Vince Palizzi playing pretty far in at third base. Golden has already attempted a couple of bunts against the Zap in the prior 4 games. 1-0 pitch. Golden swinging away. Line drive left field right at Noah Wiggins. Wiggins did not have to move except for a single step to his left. Golden is retired. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Dayton Francis having himself a nice ball game. 2 for 2. He drove in 2 runs on the single in the third. That gave the Bison a 2-1 lead, and that's where this ball game stands right now. Johnson down in the dirt with that pitch, 1-0. Lang sets up a target. 1-0 pitch from Johnson. Francis out ahead of the fastball. Counts now 1-1. Francis has 8 RBIs on the season now. No other Bison player has more than 3. Fouls off the 1-1 pitch. Johnson continuing to get ahead of Bison hitters. The count now 1-2. Johnson has struck out 5 in this ball game. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the first, looking for one here in the 5th. The count 2-2 now on Francis. 2 men out. Bison with a 1-run lead. Action up in the Oahe Zap bullpen. It's Brady Glenn beginning to warm, transitioning from a starter role to a bullpen role midway through the season. Upstairs with the fastball, and the count runs full on Dayton Francis. Glenn has had a lot of success out of the bullpen for the Zap. Johnson's 3-2 is fouled off. Dayton Francis stays alive in the count. They'll do it over again here at 3-2. The payoff pitch. Fastball fouled away. Dayton Francis proving to be a tough out for Aiden Johnson. (3-2). Breaking ball called for strike 3, and Dayton Francis knew it. Johnson gets Francis to go down looking. 6 strikeouts in the ball game. Well, if that's all for Aiden Johnson, it's been a very nice outing for the starter. He's given up 2 runs on just 4 hits. And the Bison lead the Zap 2-1 after the top of the 5th. It's time for some Oahe Zap trivia. So the first correct answer in the comments section will win 2 free general admission tickets to a Zap game of your choosing. Question tonight, who was the last Dodgers player with 200 or more hits in a single season? So who is the most recent Dodger player to accomplish this feat, 200 or more hits in a season? The first correct answer in the YouTube comments section will win 2 free Oahe Zap tickets to a game of your choosing.
You know the answer? Usually I can get. Oh, look at this guy rolling in.
Isaac Martinez leads things off against Cole Ottersberg as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. The Bison holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Zap. Martinez takes strike 1. An infield single for Martinez back in the 2nd inning. A ground ball over towards second base. It was an awkward play. Dayton Francis fielded from first. But Alex Hall was covering the bag and Francis's throw got away from him. Martinez quickly behind in the count 0-2 on Cole Ottersberg. The pitch. Martinez manages to hold up. Martinez, one of the guys on the Zap, you see him choke up on the bat just a bit in the 0-2 count. Martinez, one of 2 hits for the Zap this ballgame. The other hit, well, the pitcher right now on the mound for the Bison, Cole Ottersberg, led the game off with the single to right. Martinez swings through that one. The second strikeout of the game for Cole Ottersberg. He is cruising here for the Bison.
Bobcats, number 1, Mike Mono. Yeah, he just showed up. He's been in for Byron.
Ottersberg has thrown 31 pitches, and he's recorded 8 outs. He's given up 1 base runner, a hit by pitch. The Zap, a bunch of hard-hit baseballs. Mike Monum, pinch hitting now for Braden Byram, takes the strike. So 4 batters that Ottersberg have faced. The at-bats went down as line drives to various parts of the ballpark. The count now 1-1 on Mike Monum. Monum will be heading up to the Thunder Bay in the Northwoods League, the team up in Canada, in just about a week. Takes a 1-1 pitch on the inside corner, 1-2. Monum hitting .277 this season, ground ball to third. Gets over the glove of Takahashi. Had fielded it behind Takahashi, but thinks better of the throw. It'll likely go down as an error on the third baseman. The second error of the ball game for the Bison. Zap with a 1-out base runner here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Emiliano Curiel. If the Zap can take a lead in the bottom of the 5th, that would put Aiden Johnson in position to pick up a win. Curiel fly ball, shallow center field, coming on as Everson, who calls everyone off and makes the play for the second out. That brings up Vince Polizzi. Polizzi hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And the official scoring on the ground ball from Mike Monum will be an error by Jackson Takahashi at third. Runner on first is Mike Monum. Vince Polizzi steps in. Polizzi, ground ball, foul, 0-1. Monum has some speed off first. Only one stolen base this season. Is this a time where you get aggressive on the base paths for the Zap? 2 men out, the count 0-1. You have the top of the order up. Runner goes on the pitch, ground ball, leaping Fields, fires to first, but it pulls Dayton Francis off the bag. It'll be an infield single for Vince Polizzi. A lot of ground balls take big hops up off the end of the infield grass. There's a big lip between the infield grass and the infield dirt here at Hyde Stadium. That one actually gave Talon Fields a chance to make the play from deep in the left hole. But the throw from Fields pulled Francis off the bag. Runners on first and second with 2 men out for Noah Wiggins. Wiggins 0 for 2 today. Lined out to left field in his last at-bat, takes the breaking ball for a strike from Ottersberg. Ottersberg has now given up his first hit, an infield hit, the sharply hit ground ball from Vince Polizzi. Wiggins chases the 0-1 down in the dirt, 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count on Noah Wiggins. Ottersberg stares down Monum at second, comes home with the pitch. Line drive, right field, diving in right is Brandt. He can't make the play, and the ball's going to roll all the way to the wall. Monum scores. Here comes Polizzi. Wiggins digs for third. He'll be held up there. A stand-up triple for Noah Wiggins. The Oahe Zap back on top, 3-2. The first triple of the summer for Noah Wiggins, driving home 2 runs. Vince Polizzi and Mike Monum come around to score. That puts Aiden Johnson in position to pick up the win if the Zap retain a lead throughout the rest of the ball game. Garen Gledhill digs in. Gledhill 0 for 2 today. Hard hit baseball back in the third to center field. Wiggins stands 90 feet away. Gledhill fouls that one off. 0-1. The cars on Capitol Avenue, you feel like you're playing Russian roulette every night if you park out there. You got to know there's a baseball game going on just beneath here at Hyde Stadium. Gledhill takes the 0-1 outside. Count evens 1-1. Well, after the bottom of the fifth, we're going to have our second edition of Beat the Bolt, which will be run out on the outfield's warning track. Gledhill 1-1, pops it up left side. Foul territory goes Takahashi, makes the play by the Bison dugout to end the bottom of the fifth inning. But the Zap scored 2 runs on an error and 2 hits. Noah Wiggins capitalizing a triple, drives home 2 runs. Zap lead 3-2. We'll stick with you for Beat the Bolt. So our Bolt dressed up in a yellow jumpsuit. He will give the fan he is facing a head start before he tries to chase him down. The race will conclude at the left field foul pole, so it starts a little bit off frame, and they will run back into frame. If the fan can beat the Bolt, he will win a bucket of beer containing 5 different beers of the fan's choosing. Haberger down there to announce this one as he is the on-field host today. The fans are off, and now the Bolt is going to try and chase them down. The fans reaching the center field wall. The Bolt closing the distance quickly. He's trying to track them down. The two fans neck and neck as they head for the left field wall, and the Bolt has overtaken the fans in left field. He's not messing around out there today, and the Bolt wins this one. The Bolt now 2-0 against fans. He won last night's contest. Last night, the fan falling down in center field. I wonder who came up with such a genius promotion. Brady Glenn now on the mound for the Oahe Zap as we enter the top of the sixth inning. The Zap lead this one by a score of 3-2. Thanks to a triple from Noah Wiggins that drove in 2 runs. Let's take a look at how Brady Glenn has fared this season. Glenn in 10 appearances has gone 38 2/3 innings, a 1-5 record, 7.68 ERA, 20 strikeouts to just 16 walks. And Glenn looks to shut down the Bison here in the 6th inning. Garrett Bergman begins warming up in the pen for the Zap. Bergman will come in to replace Brady Glenn if needed. Brady Glenn, his last appearance came on July 6th against the Bison, went 1 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs in that outing. Facing Ethan Kang here, Glenn maybe missed a little bit inside. That one seems to have been called to strike so far this afternoon. 1-0 the count on Ethan Kang. Glenn's 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball that maybe missed once again, and the count now 2-0. A couple of close competitive pitches from Brady Glenn. He hasn't gotten the call on either one. Ethan Kang 0 for 1 today. Strikeout in the second, was hit by a pitch in the third. That one misses, and Brady Glenn behind 3-0 on the first batter he's facing here in this ballgame. Goes to the fastball, called for a strike on the inner third, 3-1.
I believe that's Bryce Gamble on deck. I can see his dang number.
3-1 pitch is fouled off, 3-2.
Oh, number 15.
The count now full on Ethan Kang. Brady Glenn looks in for a sign from Mason Lang. Opened this count up with a couple of breaking balls. That one hit well down the left field line, hooking toward foul territory.
That's Beaver. What's his name? 15 Beaver.
The count remains full on Ethan Kang.
Beaver's on deck then, number 15. You remember Beaver's first name?
Joel Beaver stands on deck for the Bison, ready to pinch hit in this ball game for Cullen Kleinsaucer. As Kang fouls that one off, rather he'll come into the ball game for Jackson Takahashi. As Takahashi came in for Kleinsaucer, the Bison rotating through their third baseman here this evening. Glenn's 3-2 offering. Breaking ball misses high. Brady Glenn loses the battle to Ethan Kang as he works a walk. Leadoff man aboard for the Bison here in the top of the 6th inning. And it'll be Joel Beaver to pinch hit.
Now batting for the Bison, number 15, Joel Beaver.
Glenn's got a good pickoff move. The southpaw having to deal with Ethan Kang off of first. Kang has yet to steal a base this season. Glenn's pitch. Kang squares to bunt down the right side, rolls foul. 0-1, trying to advance the runner over. Polizzi was playing in at third, but Kang trying to take it down the first base line. Joel Beaver hitting 125 this season. He struggled at the plate in the early going. Pickoff move from Brady Glenn, unsuccessful. Beaver gets on base at a clip of 300 thanks to a couple of walks. 1 for 8 with 2 walks this summer. Glenn steps off with the back foot there. He's got a couple of pickoff moves. He can lift the front foot and go over, or steps off with the back foot. And he checks in on the runner once again. Glenn perhaps a little frustrated on the mound. A couple of close pitches in the at-bat to Ethan Kang were called balls. Fastball a little away there to Joel Beaver. The count evens up 1-1. Well, Glenn has gotten in a groove with the pickoff moves. That's, I want to say, 4 or 5 already with Ethan Kang on first. Squaring to bunt once again is Beaver. That one foul once again. Now the count 1-2. Beaver will likely be swinging away here with 2 strikes. If he attempts to bunt and fouls it off once again, it would go down as a strikeout for Beaver. One-two pitch, up and away, 2-2. Kang a moderate lead off first. He had moved towards second as Brady Glenn comes back to first. The 5th pickoff move that he has attempted. He's most certainly keeping Ethan Kang honest at first. Now Glenn comes home with the 2-2 outside, 3-2. The count is full. Glenn a little frustrated on the mound early in his appearance. Just the second batter of the ball game for Glenn in the top of the 6th inning. The count full with the runner on first, no one out. Glenn finds the strike zone on that one and gets Joel Beaver to go down looking. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning for Josh Myers. Brady Glenn looked like he needed that one. Good feeling for the pitcher to get his first strike out of the ballgame. First out of the ballgame for Brady Glenn. Myers swings through that one. A big cut there from the righty, 0-1. Myers has reached on both of his plate appearances. A walk in the second, error on Vince Polizzi in the 4th. Swings at that one. 0-2, out ahead of the breaking ball. Well, he's seen a fastball and breaking ball here in this count from Brady Glenn. Was behind the fastball, ahead of the breaking ball, really opens up the options for Glenn. Glenn goes back to the fastball, ground ball, fair. Now the home plate umpire is going to call it foul down the third base line. He pump faked us. He pointed fair at first, but perhaps changed his mind, as the Bison coach Yules is going to come and ask him about this one. It appeared as if our home plate umpire, Christopher Dozark, had pointed fair initially, but then thought better of his decision and signaled a foul ball, which is frustrating the Bison coach Yules. Dozark confirms his call. It is a foul ball. The count 0-2 on Josh Myers. It was a tough one to tell from up here in the press box. We have a great look down the third base line. It had a lot of spin to the left. It definitely started in fair territory. As it was crossing the third base bag, did it perhaps clip over the very corner of the bag? Unsure. Myers swings through that one and goes down. Second strikeout of the ballgame for Brady Glenn. Back-to-back Ks. That call proving to be costly. Definitely looked like it could have gone either way as Mason Tisano steps in. Tisano 0 for 2, ground ball to third in the fourth, and a fly out to left field in the second. Glenn misses with that offering, 1-0. Pitch called for a strike, 1-1. Tisano now just 2 for 13 at the plate. Takes that pitch for a strike, 1-2. He had a double on what was the Bison opening day right here at Hyde Stadium on July 4th. He's recorded just one hit since then. And that one catches Tisano in the back, a free pass down to first. Runners on first and second with 2 men out now for the Bison. Talon Fields 0 for 2 today. A big opportunity for the 9-hitter in the Bison lineup. Game's tying run, stands off second base. Field takes the curveball for a strike. Field is hitting .250 with runners in scoring position. Glenn's 0-1 pitch, hit hard down the left field line. A fair ball will roll all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Being waved home is Kang. He will score a 2-run double from Talon Field, and the Bison now back on top 4-3. It's been a back and forth affair in this ballgame. The Zap got out to a lead in the bottom of the first inning at 1-0. Then the Bison with 2 runs of their own in the third. The Zap responding with 2 in the bottom of the fifth. And the Bison 2 in the sixth. 4 lead changes already in this ballgame. Runner on second with 2 men out for Isaiah Brandt. Brandt 0 for 3 today. Takes that one down in the dirt, 1-0. Nice piece of hitting there from Talon Field. Line drive to left field, and it hooked down into the corner. Nothing Noah Wiggins could do to cut off that baseball. Both fielders checking on the runner behind second as that one is fouled into the stands. The count goes 1-1. Isaiah Brandt batting .333 with runners in scoring position. Isaac Martinez holding on the runner at second. Buck Snabs playing right behind the runner from short. Retreats on the pitch. A nice one from Brady Glenn. Fastball in there for strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball towards short. Snabs to his left. Fires off his back foot, and that pulls Trusner off the line. And the ball gets by Jacob Trusner. Coming home to score is Talon Field. Stopping at second, Isaiah Brandt. It'll be a base hit and an error. The error's going to allow the run to score, so it'll be unearned. The Bison now a 2-run lead. They lead 5-3 over the Oahe Zap. Well, Buck Snabs, it was a tough play as he had to range well to his left. Tried to make it make the throw off his back foot from deep in the hole. And he had the mustard on the throw. It just pulled Trusner off the line. Trusner couldn't pick the baseball, and a run came home to score. Tapper to short, snaps, Fields, fires to first, and that one gets away once again from Jacob Trusner. Another run is going to come home to score. Throw down to second is not in time. Alex Everson dives into second. Buck snaps a couple of costly errors in the top of the sixth inning. Now 4 runs in this frame for the Bison. They lead 6-3. Oh, Buck Snaps might have hurt his elbow on that play. He came right into the dugout. Oh, you hate to see that. Snaps knew immediately that something was wrong after that throw went down in the dirt to Jacob Trusner. Trey Martin is going to head to second base, and Isaac Martinez will go to short. We hope Buck Snaps is all right. You hate to see that. He came right into the dugout. It would be a huge blow to the Zap if they lost Snaps, as he has been absolutely terrific for them this season. But even more than that, you hope he is all right. Now it appears as if Trey Martin is going to go play shortstop, and Isaac Martinez is going to stay put at second base. Nope, now Martin's going to go back to second, and Martinez will go to short. Bison lead this one by a score of 6-3. Runner on second, top of the sixth, 2 men out. Nick Golden, the batter, with a runner in scoring position, takes down in the dirt 1-0. Pitch. That one hit hard right side through and into right field. A base hit being waved home is Alex Everson. The play at the plate is not in time. Mason Lang had to go up the first base line to Fields, and he couldn't get back to home plate as Everson dives in safely. Nick Golden advances to second base on the throw home from Mike Monham in right field. And the Bison lead is now 7-3. A 5 spot here in the top of the sixth inning. Dayton Francis, the 9th hitter of the inning, as the Bison have batted around. .1-0 pitch, misses down 2-0. And now the fact that Cole Ottersberg is pitching for the Bison, a huge blow to the Zap, as you have Vince Polizzi at third. Ottersberg has the ability to play third foul ball from Dayton Francis, 2-1. And Ottersberg has been dealing for the Bison. He's really been hurting his own team in this one. 2-1 breaking ball, a little inside, 3-1 the count on Dayton Francis. Glenn's 3-1, catches the top portion of the strike zone. The count now full with 2 men out. The 3-2, and they're going to say it catches Dayton Francis, so instead of a walk, it'll go down as a hit by pitch from Brady Glenn, and that will bring out Haberger. Garrett Bergman is ready in the right field bullpen. Unsure if this will do it for Glenn. Glenn has recorded just 2 outs, a couple of errors from Buck Snaps. Snaps exiting with an injury on the last throw from shortstop. And Haberger will take the ball. 5 runs in here in the top of the sixth. Runners on first and second. Bison lead 7-3. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new...
Garrett Bergman comes into the ballgame with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. The Bison now lead the Zap by a score of 7-3. And well, we have the correct answer to the trivia question coming in the comments from A. Shivers. Adrian Beltre, she says, according to her son, Cannon Shivers. So going to guess that in some way related to Zap pitcher Caden Shivers. Well, Zap players get a couple of free tickets for their family to each and every ball game. But if you need a couple more, reach out to Oahe Zap or oahezap@gmail.com to receive your 2 free general admission tickets. Garrett Bergman replaces Brady Glenn. Bergman this season in 12 appearances, 31 innings pitched, 5.81 ERA, 26 strikeouts against 22 walks, trying to end the top half of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second, 2 men out for Ethan Kang. Bergman's first pitch, a fastball, misses down 1-0. Kang led off the top of the 6th with the walk, the 10th hitter of the inning for the Bison as they've batted around. 1-0 down in the dirt once again, 2-0. Bergman was talking about how we wanted at least a 60% strike rate coming into this ball game. 2-0 pitch, called for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. That's been one of his main focuses as of late, has been minimizing the walks and minimizing the free base runners. Bergman looks back at the runner on second, now comes home with the pitch. Hit through the left side, a base hit. Being waved around third, the throw from Noah Wiggins is a beauty. Lang caught the ball, and he's going to be called out. Nick Golden is called out. A beautiful throw from Noah Wiggins. Mason Lang applying the tag, and that will limit the damage here in the top of the 6th inning. But the Bison pick up a 5 spot, and they lead 7-3. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeart Radio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeart Radio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. a proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN Events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125.
Jacob Trusner leads things off. Jacob Trusner leads things off for the Zap here in the bottom of the sixth. The Zap in a 4-run hole after the Bison put up 5 off of Brady Glenn and Garrett Bergman in the top of the 6th inning. Trusner takes the breaking ball for a strike from Cole Ottersberg. Ottersberg threw 3 1/3. He's given up just 1 hit to the Zap. His 0-1 pitch misses down and away, 1-1. Trusner hit that baseball well out toward right field. Heading over from center is Everson, who makes the play. Just missed off the end of the bat from Jacob Trusner. 1 out now in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Catcher number 26, Mason Lang.
Mason Lang will step in. Lang 0 for 2 today. Fly out to left. And a pop-up to short. Lang takes that one off his front foot. Rare miss from Ottersberg. The Zap with the base runner with 1 man out. Well, a lot of time remaining in this ballgame. Just the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 man out. Trey Martin came in for Buck Snabs as he injured his throwing arm back in the top half of the inning. Hope Snabs is okay. Martin takes outside 1-0. Joel Beaver playing in at third base for the Bison, trying to protect from a bunt. Ottersberg's 1-0 breaking ball misses inside. The count 2-0. Trey Martin pitched for the Bison last week on July 5th. He went 2 1/3 innings, striking out 5. Didn't give up a run. Martin hits that one well out into center field. That ball's going to drop. Base hit for Trey Martin, his 2nd hit of the season. Well, Trey Martin teammates with Cole Ottersberg at Kentucky Christian, pointing back at the pitcher after that one. Yeah, they're continuing the conversation out there. I'm sure they'll have a good laugh about that one. Martin, Ottersberg, and Guevara, all teammates at Kentucky Christian. Isaac Martinez called time before that pitch, so it won't count. Runners on first and second with 1 man out. Martinez 1 for 2 today. Infield's hit in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 5th. Takes that one outside. 1-0. Beaver continues to play in at third, and Martin takes a strike on the outside corner. It might be Braden Byram warming up in the Bison bullpen down there. Byram pitched for the Bison last series as well. Martinez swings through that one. The count 1-2. A big at-bat here for the Oahe Zap. A big inning for the Zap. You don't want to stray on base runners, especially when trailing by 4. Ottersberg looks in for a sign from Tisano. Now comes set. The 1-2 pitch is fouled off. Martinez a little bit ahead of the breaking ball, manages to get his end of the bat on the ball to keep him in this at-bat. Mason Lang the runner on second, Trey Martin the runner on first. A little bit of a shift on for the lefty Martinez, a very big hole up the middle of the infield. 1-2 pitch hit on the ground to third, fielded by Beaver goes to second for the out. That's all they'll get. A fielder's choice for Isaac Martinez. Mason Lang advances to third. Runners on the corners with 2 men out for Mike Monham. Monham reached on an error by the third baseman in the fifth. Monham hitting .375 with runners in scoring position. Fouls that one off 0-1. That is second only to Emiliano Curiel, who stands on deck. So these are the two guys you want at the plate here if you're the Zap. The lights have come on at Hyde Stadium. Monham takes on the inside corner and falls behind 0-2 in the count. Martinez off first, Lang off third. Ottersberg 0-2 pitch, called for strike 3. Mike Monham goes down looking, 3-pitch strikeout from Cole Ottersberg as he strands runners on the corners. And the Bison lead is 7-3. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
New life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today.
Bergman fires the first pitch fastball past Joel Beaver, 0-1. The count, we're in the top of the seventh inning here at Hyde Stadium. Bison lead the Zap 7-3. Beaver swings through that one, a chase and a miss. And the count now 0-2. Bergman out of the windup, 0-2 pitch. Spiked that one out in front of home plate, 1-2. Well, the Zap got out of the sixth inning after a single to left field, and Noah Wiggins threw out Nick Golden at home. One-two pitch, popped up right side, going to be a tough play. Isaac Martinez calls off Jacob Trusner for the first out of the inning. Well, Trey Martin has now moved over to short. It appears that they discussed it between innings. Martin will play short. Martinez goes back to second. One out now in the top of the seventh inning. Josh Myers steps in, takes the first pitch fastball a little bit outside, 1-0 the count. Myers 0 for 2 today with the walk. 1-0 down in the dirt, 2-0. Bergman struggling just a little bit with his command. A couple of pitches down in the dirt. He hasn't surrendered a walk to this point. 2-0 on the way. Cut on and miss, 2-1. The Bison 7 runs on 8 hits and an error. The Zap 3 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. Ground ball to third. Gets past Vince Polizzi. A fair ball. Myers will turn for second. Wiggins fields. There will be no play at second base. Stand-up double for Josh Myers. And the Bison once again threatening with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on second, 1 man out. Now batting Mason Tassano. Tassano chases a pitch down in the dirt, 0-1. And just another reason Snabs is such a big loss for the Zap. Not really a true shortstop to come in and play. Aiden Johnson has played some innings at short. He was the starting pitcher for the Zap tonight. That's why he's not in the ballgame at short. Bergman finds the outside corner with that pitch and gets ahead 0-2 in the count. Isaac Martinez, as he's still recovering from shoulder surgery, you don't really want to move him from second to short. 0-2 pitch well in front of home plate. Mason Lang fires to third and the ball goes into left field. Coming home to score is Josh Myers. Lang looked like he might have rushed that throw as he stood up and saw Myers heading down for third. Myers, as soon as he saw the pitch in the dirt, was running. Lang's throw to the right of Vince Polizzi. 4th error of the ballgame for the Oahe Zap. And the Bison lead 8-3. Trey Martin, this is his first appearance at shortstop for the Zap. 1-2. Called for strike 3. Mason Tassano goes down looking. The second out of the inning. 1 run already in. Talon Field steps up. And so you think maybe Cole Ottersberg could try and go out and play short. Ottersberg has played second and third for the Zap. But Ottersberg pitching tonight for the Bison. A wave and a miss there from Talon Field, 0-1. Jackson Mix still struggling with an arm injury as he's out of the lineup tonight. Tyler Hoffman's played some second base. Maybe he could fill in that short. Bergman finds the zone on that one. The count 0-2 on Talon Field. Field a double in the 6th, drove in 2 runs, which gave them a 4-3 lead at the time. Bison have since extended it to 8-3. Bergman's 1-2 pitch, away from Fields, but the ball gets by Lang. Lang fires to first, not in time. The throw gets by Jacob Trusner. Talon Field will stay put at first as Mike Monham backing up out in right field. Bergman picks up a strikeout, but Talon Field reaches on the drop third. Isaiah Brandt will step in for the 5th time today. He's 1 for 4. Julius Cass has begun warming up in the Zap bullpen in right field. Fastball upstairs, 1-0 the count on Brandt. And so Trey Martin at short tonight. We'll see what the game plan is moving forward. Haberger will have a couple of days to figure it out. 2 days off after this one. Lang checks down on the runner at first. The count now 2-0 on Isaiah Brandt.
With the left side of general mission at the bottom.
Pitch down in the dirt. Bergman behind in the count 3-0.
You need to get mad.
You're welcome. I got a bird's eye view up here.
Well, Bergman has struck out 2 this inning already. Misses upstairs, the first walk of the game that Bergman has surrendered. 4-pitch walk to Isaiah Brandt. Runners on first and second with 2 men out for the Bison. Lang will go out to try and calm down Bergman. Alex.
Center fielder, Alex Everson, the batter.
Bergman stares down the runner at second, now comes home. The fastball finds the upper portion of the strike zone. 0-1 on Alex Everson. Oh, 1 pitch back to the fastball there. A swing and a miss from Everson. The count now 0-2. Martinez holding on the runner at second. Bergman no attention with the 0-2 count. Time called at the very last second from the home plate umpire. Everson steps out. Bergman quickly back on the mound, trying to get through this inning. 0-2, caught on and missed. Third strikeout of the inning for Garrett Bergman. Gets Everson down swinging. 1 run in on 1 hit and a walk. 2 men left. The Bison lead the Zap 8-3 here at Hyde Stadium.
1,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. 1,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the tickets guarantee at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about
Bottom of the 7th inning. The Bison lead the Zap by a score of 8-3. Braden Byram comes into the ballgame. Byram begun the game in right field for the Zap, switches sides midway through. He'll face 9, 1, and 2 in the Zap order. Emiliano Curiel, Vince Polizzi, and Buck Snabs. Not Buck Snabs. Noah Wiggins batting second tonight. Snabs was hitting second last night for the Zap. Curiel takes down and away 1-0.
Well, they needed time to stretch before they sang.
Curiel 0 for 2 on the day. Couple of fly balls out to center field. Takes there 1-1. Both fly balls hit relatively hard off the bat of Curiel. Byram's 1-1 pitch is skied foul down the right side, 1-2. Well, Byram has already pitched for the Bison this season. He's pitched in one ball game for the Zap. Came into a game in Casper after Micah Larson injured his UCL. 1-2 to Curiel. Ground ball fielded by Byram. Byram underhand flips to first. Athletic play from Braden Byram. Well, he's not usually a pitcher, nor likely have been a base hit up the middle. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th brings up Vince Polizzi. Polizzi, 1 for 1 today, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd, single in the 5th. Takes down and away. Byram trying the breaking ball there, 1-0. Polizzi takes a strike there. Count evens 1-1. Well, in Byram's first outing with the Bison, he went 2 innings, gave up just 1 hit and 1 walk, gave up no earned runs. Polizzi, well hit baseball left field. Settling under is Golden, makes the play. For the second out of the inning, Braden Byram has retired back-to-back Zap hitters to begin his appearance here. Trying to shut down the Zap. The Bison lead 8-3, 2 outs now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Noah Wiggins having himself a nice afternoon. He threw out a runner at home from left field, drove in 2 runs on a triple in the 5th. Wiggins' first pitch swinging, fly ball center field, playable for Everson. And Everson retires Noah Wiggins, a little frustrated at first. 1-2-3 inning for Braden Byram and the Bison as their lead remains 8-3 over the Oahe Zap. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? VWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. VWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? VWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experience.
Julius Cass replaces Garrett Bergman on the mound as we enter the top of the 8th inning. Bison a 5-run lead over the Zap, as it was a 5-run 6th inning that did most of the damage in this ballgame. Bison 8 runs on 9 hits. Take a look at Cass's stats this season. Oh, well, we don't have a graphic for Julius Cass, so those stats will be coming to you in just a moment. Cass this season has given up just 12 hits. However, he's given up 32 walks to 16 strikeouts, posting an ERA of 12.6. Julius Cass will face the heart of the Bison lineup, 3, 4, and 5. It'll be Nick Golden, Dayton Francis, and Ethan Kang. Golden 2 for 4 on the day. He drove in a run on a single back in the 6th. First pitch from Cass, squaring to bunt was Golden, gets under that one and heads foul 0-1. It's going to be key for Cass to gain control of the strike zone. As mentioned, 32 walks in 15 innings. But he has been much better as of late Pitched 2 innings most recently against the Bison to lock down a win for the Oahe Zap. That was back on July 5th. It was one of Cass's best outings of the season. The count now 1-1 on Nick Golden. Pitch from Cass. Misses up and away, 2-1. Yeah, the Bison, if they can hold on, it'll be their first win of the season. They're currently 1-7. Fastball on the outside corner, count runs 1-2. As the lights have now just come on here at Hyde Stadium. Cass comes home with the 1-2. Ground ball over towards second. Martinez can't get there. Gets through the right side. A base hit for Nick Golden. Golden now 3 for 5 on the day. His best performance of the season.
First baseman, number 24, Dayton Francis.
Dayton Francis will step in. The big man is 2 for 3 today. Drove in a couple of runs back in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 5th. And was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Not a bad pitch there from Cass. He induced relatively weak contact off the bat of Nick Golden, but the ground ball just found the hole through the right side. Cass's first offering over the head of Mason Lang, heading down for second, Nick Golden. As that one slipped out of the hand of Julius Cass just a bit early, and the count now 1-0. Well, Francis already drove in 2 runs today. He was hitting .400 with runners in scoring position coming into the ballgame. That number's only gone up. The 1-0. And that one might have clipped Francis perhaps on the front elbow. Francis heads down to first. That'll put the force back in play with runners at first and second and no one out. Francis has now been hit by 2 pitches this ballgame, has reached in 4 of his 5 plate appearances. That brings up Ethan Kang. Kang 1 for 2. He batted twice in the 6th inning, squaring to bunt here, but takes as the fastball misses high, 1-0. Base hit back in the 6th to left field. That would end the 6th inning after Wiggins threw out the runner at home. Cass trying to get out of a jam here. 2 runners on, no one out. Cass looks back the runner at second, now home with the pitch. A good one in there for strike 1. And the count 1-1 on Ethan Kang. Nick Golden's the runner off second. Dayton Francis the runner on first. Golden has considerable speed on the base paths. Has 1 stolen base this season. Ground ball to third. Backhanded by Polizzi. Steps on third. Fires to first in time. A heck of a play from Vince Polizzi. Well, he normally finds himself at first base, but playing third quite well here this evening. A sharply hit ground ball off the bat of Ethan Kang. Polizzi backhands. Knew right where to go. Stepped on third. Fired to first. So 2 outs with a runner on second. The defense helping out Julius Cass on the mound. Bryce Gamble is going to pinch hit here for Joel Beaver. Gamble will come into the ballgame at third base. Now the 4th third baseman of the game for the Bison. Started with Cullen Kleinsaucer, went to Jackson Takahashi, then to Joel Beaver. Now it's Bryce Gamble. Gamble with a runner on second and 2 men out. Cass first pitch fastball finds the inside corner on Gamble, 0-1. Cass stares down Francis at second, now comes home with the pitch. Fastball just missed below the knees, and the count evens up 1-1. Bryce Gamble hitting just 176 coming into this ball game. As a result, 3 for 17 at the plate with a walk. Takes the 1-1 down, 2-1 goes the count. Well, Vince Polizzi, ever since the errant throw on the first ground ball that he received at third base, the very next play, a nice play to retire the runner at first. And on a sharply hit ground ball from Ethan Kang, he turned to himself, stepped on third, fired to first. That pitch spiked well in front of home plate, count 3-1. Dayton Francis can walk down to third. Cass trying to get through a clean top of the 8th inning. Action up down in the Bison bullpen. We'll see if Braden Byram comes back out in the bottom half of the inning. Worked a 1-2-3 7th. Cass's 3-1 is fouled off the end of the bat of Bryce Gamble, and the count runs full.
Manny Duran, number 19.
Well, Manny Duran is warming up for the Bison. He pitched in last night's game.
That's teamwork, folks.
He came in relief for Josh Myers. Unsure if he reached a pitch count in which he's unavailable to pitch tonight. Julius Cass strikes out Bryce Gamble. Puts up a 0 in the top of the 8th inning. The Bison lead remains 8-3 over the Oahe Zap. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about
Braden Byram back on the mound after working a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning. Garen Gledhill leads off the bottom of the 8th for the Zap. Zap just 6 outs to work with at the plate. They're going to need to get something going as they trail by 5. Gledhill takes the first pitch outside from Byram. Count 1-0. Gledhill 0 for 3 at the plate today. Takes outside. Byram missing on his first 2 offerings. The count 2-0. Jacob Trusner on deck. Mason Lang in the hole. 2-0 pitch outside once again. Byram yet to find the strike zone here in the 8th inning on Gledhill. 3-0 the count. A 4-pitch walk to Garen Gledhill. Well, Byram did a good job back in the bottom of the 7th inning in pounding the zone. That helped him work a 1-2-3 inning. A little bit off here, a couple pitches low, a couple pitches away. And Gledhill stands off first base with no one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, so maybe that'll spark something for the Zap as Jacob Trusner steps in. Byram's off-speed pitch misses down and in, dangerously close to catching Trusner in the front leg. Trusner 0 for 3 today. A couple of hard-hit baseballs in the 4th and 6th. He lined out to third base and flew out to center field. Takes that one on the inside corner. Count evens 1-1. Dayton Francis holding on. Garen Gledhill at first. Trusner looks at the 1-1 pitch, called for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Trusner struggling at the plate, came into this ballgame batting 197 and is 0 for 3 today. 1-2 down in the dirt, count evens up 2-2. Trusner, one of 7 Zap players to return this season, played on the Zap last season. He had just finished up his senior year of high school last year as he attended Iowa Lakes Community College this past season over with Garrett Bergman and Tyler Hoffman. Well, the count now full. Runner on first with no one out. Pitch from Byram is hit well down the right field line, but right at Isaiah Brandt, who makes a catch with an outstretched glove. Thought that one was going to get down and go to the wall. Could have been extra bases for Trusner, but a fantastic play from Isaiah Brandt sends Trusner back to the dugout. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gledhill still standing off first as Mason Lang digs into the left-handed batter's box. Lang 0 for 2 today, was hit by a pitch back in the 6th. That could prove to be a critical play, as there's a chance Gledhill could have come around to score on that baseball and perhaps would have kept a rally going for the Zap. Instead, the runner still on first with 1 man out. Lang takes the first pitch outside, 1-0. Byram will check on the runner at first. Lang is getting shifted here from the Bison infield. Kang playing pretty far to his right. The shortstop Talon Field just to the left to second base. Hard hit baseball through the middle of the infield. A base hit for Mason Lang. Runners on first and second now with 1 out. Nice piece of hitting there from Lang. Perhaps a little bit off the end of the bat. Right between Talon Field at short and Ethan Kang at second. That brings up Trey Martin. Martin came into the game for Buck Snabs after he was injured on a throw from short to first. Hits that one well on the ground, up the middle, a base hit. Gledhill is being waved home from third. Now Escobar's going to hold him up. He'll stay put. The base is now loaded. Trey Martin, his first multi-hit game of the season. And the Zap threatening to do damage with the bases loaded and 1 man out. Isaac Martinez now steps in. Martinez 1 for 3 today. Infield hit back in the 2nd. A strikeout in the 5th. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 6th. Byram's first offering misses outside, 1-0. Well, trailing by 5. The Zap don't have to get all 5 runs back here in the 8th, but you'd think with the bases loaded, they want to have at least 3. Martinez takes that one for a strike, 1-1. Mike Monum on deck and Emiliano Curiel in the hole as Martinez swings through the curveball from Byram, 1-2. Monum and Curiel, the 2 best hitters with runners in scoring position for the Zap. One-two from Byram, cut on and miss. Martinez goes down swinging. A big strikeout there for Braden Byram and the Bison. Mike Monum's going to have to do some damage with 2 men out now. Monum 0 for 2 today, but he reached on an error by the third baseman in the 5th. Byram's pitch, fastball upstairs, 1-0. Well, Monum doesn't have a long ball this season, but he definitely has the power. He's hit quite a few during batting practice. Byram misses down in the dirt 2-0. Nowhere to put Mike Monum here with the bases loaded. A walk would bring home a run. The 2-0. That one inside. Monum moves out of the way of that one. Maybe wishes he didn't. If it could have clipped his front side, would have brought home a run. Well, Byram now behind 3-0. The pitch misses up and in. Mike Monum, a 4-pitch walk. That brings home a run. The Zap cut the deficit to 8-4. A big spot here from Emiliano Curiel in a 4-run ball game. Curiel 0 for 3 today. He's a .436 hitter with runners in scoring position. And he's one of the best Zap hitters with 2 men out. He's driven in 7 runs with 2 outs. That leads the team. First pitch from Byram, a fastball on the inside corner. Gets out ahead in the count, 0-1. Curiel, 21 RBIs this season. Checked his swing on the 0-1 pitch. Did he go around? Home plate umpire is going to say he did. And the count now 0-2. Well, bases loaded, 2 men out. 1 run already in. Bison lead the Zap 8-4. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away just overhead here in the press box. 0-2. Emiliano Curiel shortening up on the bat. Behind 0-2. With the bases loaded, got to find a way to put the ball in play. The pitch from Byram misses down and away. A nice take there from Curiel. 1-2. Oh, Vince Polizzi on deck for the Zap in the 1 spot here tonight. Ground ball, chopper to third, will roll foul. So the count remains 1-2. The first time Vince Polizzi has sat in the leadoff spot for the Zap. Cole Ottersberg started the game at third base before throwing on a Bison jersey and coming into pitch. And Polizzi went out to replace him. 1-2, 2 men out, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Trey Martin has good speed off of second. A single will likely score the runner as that one down in the dirt, but a nice stop from Mason Tisano behind the plate. Getting his glove on the baseball. Mason Lang could have came home if it had gone to the backstop. The count now full. Emiliano Curiel, he's got to be thinking he's getting a fastball down the middle in the 3-2 count with 2 men out and the bases loaded. Runners go on the 3-2, and that one hits Emiliano Curiel up in the head. Braden Byram perhaps short-armed the curveball. And Curiel's going to fake the charge out to Byram, give him a little hug as, Byram, obviously a Zap player. He started the game in right field before coming in to pitch for the Bison. That brings a run home. The lead now just 8-5 for the Bison. This may do it for Braden Byram, as Bison coach Yules is going to come out at least for a mound visit, if not to pull Braden Byram. So the bases loaded with 2 men out, an 8-5 ball game. Trey Martin, the runner, on third. Mike Monum on second. Emiliano Curiel on first. It looks as if Braden Byram will stay in the ball game for now. He's going to have to face Vince Polizzi. Polizzi 6 home runs on the season, and what a moment this would be for the 7th. A grand slam would give the Zap a 9-5 lead. So the walk to Mike Monum and the hit by pitch to Emiliano Curiel brings in 2 runs for the Zap here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Polizzi's 1 for 2 at the plate today. Base hit in the 5th, flew out to left field in the 7th. All three runners have considerable speed on the base paths for the Zap. Perhaps the most important batter of the ball game coming up here. Byram's pitch, and that one gets by Tisano. Here comes Trey Martin to score. And the Zap have now cut the deficit to just 2 runs. The game's tying run is now in scoring position with runners on second and third and 2 men out. The count 1-0 on Vince Polizzi. If you ever think about a time for an intentional walk, maybe it's now. Polizzi, a lot of power at the plate. You put the force back in play. Polizzi hits that one hard out to left field. Golden goes back. He's not going to make the play. It's over his head and goes to the wall. 2 runs will score. Polizzi stops at second. The Oahe Zap have come all the way back to tie this ball game at 8 runs apiece here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A clutch 2-out, 2 RBI double from Vince Polizzi. And the Zap have put up 5 runs of their own here in the bottom of the 8th. A brand new ball game. Noah Wiggins, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Oahe Zap. Garen Gledhill led things off with a walk. He sits on deck, ready to make his second plate appearance of the inning if Wiggins gets on. Runner on second, 2 men out. An 8-8 ball game here. Wiggins takes low and away, 1-0. Noah Wiggins, a triple back in the 5th inning, drove in a couple of runs. Vince Polizzi has now driven in 23 runs this season. That leads the Zap. Wiggins takes outside, and the count goes 2-0. Byram looking in for a sign from Tisano. Now has it. Pitch misses low. And Byram falls behind in the count 3-0 on Noah Wiggins. Wiggins, a good eye at the plate, 21 walks on the season, takes that one low. A 4-pitch walk for Noah Wiggins. Now 22 walks on the season. Vince Polizzi maybe didn't have the best read on that ball off of second base. It squirted away from Mason Tisano. Polizzi might have had a chance to get on down to third. Now Tyler Hoffman is going to come replace Polizzi on second. Hoffman a lot more speed than Polizzi, so Hoffman also played second base earlier this season, will come into the ballgame at third for the first time this season. First and second, 2 men out. Garen Gledhill, in just his second game as a Zap player, a chance to do some damage and give the Zap a lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gledhill walked to lead off the inning. Now the 10th batter of the inning for the Zap. Well, throughout the course of this inning, there's been 3 walks, a hit by pitch, 2 singles, and a game-tying double off the bat of Vince Polizzi, who has now been replaced by Tyler Hoffman. Gledhill takes low and away. The count 1-0. 1-0 pitch is fouled off. A big cut there from Garen Gledhill. So the Zap now 8 runs on 9 hits. 1 error on the Bison side of the baseball. Hoffman off second, Wiggins off first. Byram looking back at Hoffman, now comes home. Gledhill gets under that baseball, foul territory, racing over, and not getting to the baseball is Myers as the count goes 1-2. The count now 1-2 on Garen Gledhill with 2 men out. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Hit well on the ground to first. A nice pick from Dayton Francis on the short hop to get the third out of the inning. But the Oahe Zap score 5 runs and tie this ball game up at 8 as we head to the 9th. If the Zap are going to win this one, it's going to be in walk-off fashion. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously?
Jake Hutter comes into the ballgame in the top of the 9th inning. The Zap have tied this one up at 8-8, a 5 spot in the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Oahe Zap. A 2-run, 2-out double from Vince Polizzi tied this ballgame. Tyler Hoffman comes in to play third. Let's take a look at the stats from Jake Hutter this season. Hutter in 15 appearances has gone 32 1/3 innings, posting a 4.45 ERA. Fantastic strikeout to walk ratio at 26 strikeouts to just 7 walks. You guys have a hitter? 11. Nice. Josh Myers leads it off for the Bison here in the top of the 9th. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Myers, Tassano, and Fields. Hutter's first pitch is popped in the air, shallow foul territory. Hoffman over from third. Gledhill out. And the ball drops out of play, 0-1. Well, Mason Lang will toss back Jake Hutter the ball. Josh Myers, 1 for 3 at the plate, most recently a double in the 7th inning. He would come around to score after Mason Lang, an errant throw over to third, got away from Vince Polizzi. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Jake Hutter, a whip of just over 1, sitting at 1.17. 1-1 pitches, swung on and missed 1-2. Pitch inside, and the count evens up at 2-2. Hutter working out of the windup here with no one on base. Josh Myers calls time. Well, the home plate umpire has granted a lot of Bison hitters time very late, even after some Zap pitchers have started their motion. Now the 2-2 from Hutter. That one misses down and away, and the count runs full. In a tie ball game, got to avoid the free passes here, as that would have let the Bison play small ball on the base paths. You'd expect Mason Tassano to lay down a bunt, and there's the walk to Josh Myers. Myers sprinting down toward first, takes a look to second, but Mason Lang quickly retrieves the ball from the backstop. Base runner with no one out here for Mason Tisano, and let's see if Tisano tries to lay one down. We've already seen a couple of Bison hitters trying to bunt not only to advance base runners over, but a couple trying to bunt for base hits. Tyler Hoffman has not come in from third yet. Squaring to bunt is Tisano, pulls back, called for a strike on the inside corner. Interesting to see the action on the base pads. Hoffman came in from third. Trey Martin alertly from shortstop came over to third to cover Hoffman's bag. Now Hutter's 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. A big hack there from Mason Tisano. Tisano got the green light in the 0-1 count, now 0-2. He's 0 for 3 on the day, was hit by a pitch in the 6th, struck out looking most recently in the 7th. Maybe Hutter goes to the off-speed pitch here, tries to induce a ground ball with the runner on first. Hutter instead will check on the runner, and they got him. What a pickoff move from Jake Hutter. Josh Myers is picked off, a huge out there for the Oahe Zap. The lefty has a nasty pickoff move off the mound, picked up his front foot, and went right over to first. Josh Myers thought he got back in safely, but the field umpire Dylan Turner said otherwise. The count now 0-2 on Matthew Tisano. A very different situation with one out and no one on. 0-2 pitch is fouled off. And perhaps that will allow Jake Hutter to find a little bit of a groove here in the top of the 9th inning. One-two pitch, swung on and missed. Did he make contact? No, he did not. Tisano will retreat to the dugout. 2 outs with no one on. Hutter, after the pickoff move, working nicely here in the top of the 9th inning. Well, Talon Field steps in now with 2 men out and no one on. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hutter finds the upper portion of the strike zone with that one, and the count 0-1. Hutter working quickly out of the windup. 0-1 fastball. Fields behind that one, and the count now 0-2. Hutter's 0-2 pitch. Fastball called for strike 3. Jake Hutter gets through the 9th inning facing the minimum following the pickoff play at first. Strikeouts to Mason Tisano and Talon Field. The Zap with a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tie ball game at 8 runs apiece. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
Your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets.
Bottom of the 9th inning, new pitcher here for the Bison. It's David Henry who replaces Braden Byram. Henry has pitched once this season, back on July 10th against the Spearfish Sasquatch. In that ballgame, went 1 1/3 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 10 runs, 8 of those earned, and 2 walks. An ERA of 42 for David Henry. Well, Henry needs to get through a scoreless 9th inning here if the Bison want to continue the ballgame. The Zap looking to walk things off. It's tied 8 runs apiece. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Zap this inning. Jacob Trusner, Mason Lang, and Trey Martin.
Jacob Trusner.
Trusner 0 for 4 at the plate today. A sharply hit baseball back in the 8th inning that was caught by Isaiah Brandt out in right field. Henry's first pitch drops the breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1 the count on Trusner. Trusner has a couple of home runs this season. One back on the second game of the season, one in late June. Takes that one, bounced off home plate, and the count evens up 1-1. And while a walk-off home run sounds nice, realistically, if you're the Zap, you're looking for a base runner and perhaps trying to play small ball and scratch one across to win 5 in a row here. Henry's 1-1 fastball is fouled off 1-2. The Zap have gone to extra innings just one time all season. That came against the Casper Spuds. The Spuds defeated the Zap in 11 innings by a score of 10-7. Henry's 1-2 pitch, and that one catches the foot of Jacob Trusner. A costly mistake for David Henry and the Bison, as the game's winning run is now on base.
That brings up your catcher, number 26, Mason Lang.
Mason Lang steps in. Lang 1 for 3 today. A single in the 8th inning. A shot that got through the middle of the infield. Trey Martin stands on deck. We're going to get a pinch runner on first. Jackson Mix comes into the ballgame for Jacob Trusner. Oh, you got Vince Polizzi that can move. Well, Vince Polizzi came out of the game instead, so it'll be Tyler Hoffman still at third. Not sure who would play first base if we go to extra innings, but the Zap trying to end this right here, right now. Pitch. Down and in, 1-0 the count on Mason Lang. Bison third baseman playing in on the grass, trying to protect against the bunt. Mix, a couple stolen bases this season. Henry's 1-0 pitch is fouled off 1-1. Trey Martin sits on deck for the Zap. Martin, a multi-hit game. He's 2 for 4. Had just one hit coming into this ball game, and is 2 for 2 today. Lang takes up and away, 2-1. Well, Jackson Mix has more speed than Jacob Trusner at first. You still think he might not be stealing. Zap don't want to get thrown out on the base paths this inning. 2-1, a big swing and a miss there from Mason Lang. The count evens up 2-2. If the inning gets past Trey Martin, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Zap. Isaac Martinez, Mike Monum, and Emiliano Curiel. Henry's pitch called for strike 3 on the outside corner. Mason Lang goes down looking. Looked like it might have been a little bit high and outside on Lang. A call that could have gone either way as Lang heads back to the dugout with one man out. Well, the biggest at-bat of Trey Martin's summer with a runner on first, one man out. And the pitch down in the dirt. Mix is heading down for second. There will be no throw. Heads up base running from Jackson Mix as the ball skipped in front of Mason Tassano. Looked like it bounced off his mask. And the winning run stands off second base. A base hit might do it. And it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Trey Martin. Martin takes a free pass down to first as the Bison put the force play back intact. Runners on first and second with one man out. Isaac Martinez coming to talk with Haberger, and Haberger is going to send up a pinch hitter. Well, we're still awaiting who the pinch hitter will be. And Leandro Guevara is going to grab a helmet. Who else? Guevara, one of the best hitters on the ball club. So Guevara hits with one man out and runners on first and second. An opportunity to win the ball game. Guevara hitting .358 at the plate this season. Gets on base at a clip of .437. Has 10 extra base hits this year, 8 doubles and 2 triples. He's driven in 15 runs. Can Guevara give the Zap their 5th straight victory? Henry looks back at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low, 1-0. Oh, Ethan Kang now. Perhaps he'll hold on Jackson Mix off second. Try and prevent a run from scoring on a base hit. The 1-0. Inside 2-0. Guevara, a great eye at the plate. Just 11 strikeouts this season. And he doesn't seem overeager here, despite the chance that he has a chance to win the ball game. Takes low and inside, 3-0. Well, this is a situation you think Leandro Guevara has the green light. Henry's 3-0 pitch misses down and in. Well, it was 2-1, perhaps one of the pitches that our home plate umpire, Christopher Dozark, seems like it would have been the first pitch that he may have signaled a strike in. We didn't get the signal up here in the press box. The count now 3-1, runners on first and second. One man out. A chance to end it here for Leandro Guevara. Pitch from Henry, fastball hit well, right field. Going back is Brandt to the track. Can he make the play? Yes, he does. Advancing to third is Jackson Mix. Trey Martin heads in for second. Here's the play at second. He is out. Oh, Trey Martin is doubled off at second. Martin trying to advance, had a little bit of a late jump. A heck of a play from Isaiah Brandt out in right field, who is now down with an injury. It was a fantastic throw into the infield from Brandt. Might have hit his head on the wall. Well, we head to extra innings. The game tied at 8 runs apiece after the Bison double off Trey Martin at second. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
For sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeart Radio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at ticketsmarter.com. Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with TicketSmarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeart Radio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee.
We enter the top of the 10th inning. Extras here at Hyde Stadium for the second time this season. Some reshuffling in the Zap infield. Leandro Guevara comes in to play first base for the Zap. Guevara, his first time in the infield, as he's only played catcher this season. Jackson Mix comes in to play second. Tyler Hoffman stays at third. Trey Martin at short. So no one, well, except for Jackson Mix in the infield, is in their usual position. Jake Hutter back on the mound. The outfield positioning remains the same. Well, in extra innings, just like in Major League Baseball, a runner begins off second base, and it'll be the last out for the Bison. Talon Fields will head out to second base. It'll be the top of the order for the Bison here in the 10th inning. A heck of a play by Isaiah Brandt out in right field, going back on a fly ball from Leandro Guevara. Brandt caught the ball and held on as he collided with the wall. A little bit shaken up on the play, but not before he got the baseball in to throw out Trey Martin at second base, doubling off Martin. Martin perhaps not thinking about the fact that his run did not matter. The Zap only needing one, and you had the runner over to third. Martin probably should have stayed put at first. Guevara playing in at first. Ground ball right back to Guevara. Gloves it. He'll think better of the throw to third, but a nice play from Leandro Guevara. A fast reaction time. Hard hit ground ball from Isaiah Brandt. That advances the runner to third, just 90 feet away. Alex Everson, his sixth at-bat of the ballgame, 1 for 5 to this point with a couple of strikeouts. The infield will come in and try and cut off the runner at home. Hutter's pitch, taken outside 1-0. And Guevara, it's a decent at-bat, especially considering he was pinch hitting a nicely hit baseball out to right field as that one fouled off 1-1. Had a chance to get down and end the ball game, but it took a terrific play from Isaiah Brandt to haul that one in and keeps the Bison alive. 1-1 the count, 1 out, runner at third. We're tied 8-8 here in the 10th inning. Fly ball down the right field line. Monham heading over into foul territory, and he's going to let the ball drop in foul territory. A heads-up play from Mike Monham. With a runner on third, Talon Fields would have been tagging from third base. Monham thinks better of it, lets the ball drop in foul territory, and prevents a run from coming home to score. The count now 1-2 on Isaiah Brandt. Monham was right there and had the ability to make the play. To be able to think that quickly in that moment, to let the ball drop, just shows the smarts from Mike Monham out there in right field. Infield remains in, 1-2 pitch on the way, is fouled off. Will it be playable for Guevara? No, it will not. He runs out of room as the ball one hops into the dugout railing. The count remains 1-2 on Alex Everson. Talon Fields has a lot of speed on the base paths, but he'll likely have to hold up on a ground ball until he sees it go through the infield. 1-2 from Hutter, called for strike 3 on the outside corner. A huge strikeout for Jake Hutter in the Oahe Zap. Hutter gets Everson down looking. Well, Nick Golden with one last opportunity for the Bison to try and drive home a run. The infield will retreat now with 2 men out. Golden, 3 for 5 on the game. He's driven in a run back in the 6th inning. Fouls that one off, 0-1. And you got to think back to that play by Mike Monham in right field, letting the ball drop to prevent the runner from tagging from third. 0-1 pitch, called for a strike on the outside corner. Jake Hutter ahead in the count, 0-2. Hutter could give the Zap another chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th inning if he gets through Talon or Nick Golden right here. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, fouled off the end of the bat. Oh, they're going to say it hit his hand. And Nick Golden is down in pain. Oh, that might have caught him in the fingers, and there's just a lot of bones in your hands and a lot of ways that can go wrong. But Golden shakes it off as he heads down toward first. You know, you got to think about it, though. He came around and checked his swing. Did he go around? That's what Haberger is going to come out to argue. He definitely checked his swing. His hands moved toward the plate. Well, Haberger's argument to no avail. Dozark will let Golden head down to first. Brings up Dayton Francis. Francis, 2 for 3 today. Driven in 2 runs. He's been hit by a couple of pitches. Francis has hit the long ball here at Hyde Stadium just about a week ago. A towering shot to left field. Francis was hitting just .227 coming into this ball game, but he's had a nice evening. Hard hit baseball through the left side. Dayton Francis gives the Bison a lead in the top of the 10th inning. The first baseman aggressive on the first pitch, shoots it by Trey Martin at shortstop, and the Bison now lead 9-8. Brings up Ethan Kang. Kang yet to record a hit today, grounded into a double play in his most recent at-bat. Takes that one down in the dirt, 1-0. Kang 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and he's worked a walk. That one down in the dirt, 2-0. Hutter missing low with a couple of pitches to Ethan Kang. Well, it's a thriller here at Hyde Stadium. We're in the top of the 10th inning. Bison lead the Zap 9-8. That one called for a strike. 2-1 goes the count on Ethan Kang. Runners on first and second with 2 men out. 1 run already in this inning for the Bison. Hutter's 2-1 offering is fouled off, and the count evens 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Hutter trying to keep it to just a 1-run deficit. The Zap will get a runner off second base to begin the bottom of the 10th inning. And that will be Leandro Guevara, as Guevara was the last hitter despite the fact that Trey Martin recorded the out at second. Guevara has considerable speed. He's not the fastest runner on the Zap team, but not a bad option to have out there on the base paths. He does have 8 stolen bases this season. Two-two pitch. Hit high in the air. Going to be called off by Guevara from first on the first base line. Almost came into contact with the runner, but Guevara puts it away for the third out. The Bison bring home 1 run on a clutch RBI single from Dayton Francis. They lead 9-8 as we head to the bottom of the 10th. You're watching Oahe Zap Baseball on YouTube.
What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined? DWU's Learn and Earn is not your usual program because you get real-world, hands-on experiences. No papers, no lectures, no tests. Get paid working at your internship a few days a week. This really matters to businesses and industries who want to hire you. In just over a year, you'll be ready for the professional workforce and with a lot less debt. Imagine starting your new life today by learning and earning. DWU's Learn and Earn program. Give us a shout today. What if you could earn cash while you go to school? Seriously? What if college came to you, right where you live? How about getting your own personal career coach? What if college education was completely reimagined?
Mike Monham leads it off for the Oahe Zap as we enter the bottom of the 10th inning. The Zap are going to have to scratch at least 1 run across if they want to continue the ball game. The Bison lead 9-8. Leandro Guevara is the runner off second base. Mike Monham's 0 for 2 today. His walk back in the 8th inning brought in a run with the bases loaded. It'll be Monum Curiel, and then it'll be Tyler Hoffman, who came into the ballgame for Vince Polizzi. David Henry back out on the mound. His first pitch, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Guevara, a healthy leadoff second. He's held on by Ethan Kang. 0-1 pitch inside, and the count evens up 1-1. Monum and Curiel, Monum walked and Curiel was hit by a pitch in the eighth. Both brought a run in with the bases loaded. That one down in the dirt. Guevara took a big step over toward third, but stayed put at second. The count now 2-1 on Mike Monum. If you're the Zap, you got to at least advance the runner to third. Ground ball to the right side would do it. That one's grounded foul to the left side. The count 2-2. No one out. Guevara, the runner on second. The ghost runner here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Pitch from Henry misses low, and the count runs full on Mike Monum. So Tyler Hoffman, if it gets to him, will make his first at-bat of the ballgame. The 3-2 fastball called for strike three. Mike Monum goes down looking. Nice pitch from David Henry. A tough take if you're Mike Monum with the runner on second in the 3-2 count. So one out here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Zap with just 2 outs to play with. Emiliano Curiel steps in. Curiel 0 for 3 with the hit by pitch. Henry looks back at second, now comes home with the pitch, and that one gets by Tisano. Guevara digs for third. A huge mistake from David Henry on the mound as the game's tying run now just 90 feet away. That's going to bring the infield in for the Bison. And this is who you want up if you're the Zap. Curiel with the runner on third. He's a very situational hitter, can shorten up on the bat and make sure to put one in play. The infield's in with one man out. 1-0 the count. Henry's pitch. Fastball upstairs, 2-0. Henry looking in for the sign from Tisano. Now comes set. The 2-0 fastball. That one pulled Tisano off the plate. If it got by, it could have tied the ball game up. Instead, the count now 3-0. Is this a spot where Curiel is taking all the way? You have Tyler Hoffman on deck. He's hitting over 300 this season for the Zap. Henry's 3-0 upstairs, a 4-pitch walk to Emiliano Curiel. Runners on the corners, and now with the infield in, it could be an opportunity for Curiel to try and steal second and get the game-winning run into scoring position. So does this force the middle infield to retreat? They could try and turn two to end the ball game, but if they're unable to do so, then Guevara would come home to tie things up. Hoffman's first at-bat of the ball game. Hoffman hitting .342 at the plate, getting on base at a ridiculous clip of .475. He's driven in 10 runs this season. Can he add at least one more? Runners on the corners, the middle infield retreats back. Henry's pitch is popped up, foul territory right side. No one's going to be able to make it there, and the count 0-1 on Tyler Hoffman. Well, a little bit of scare for Zap fans there. High pop-up, but no one able to reach it. So a second breath of life for Tyler Hoffman. Guevara on third, Curiel on first. Curiel 7 for 11 on his stolen base attempts this season. He goes on the pitch. No throw down to second. Curiel's in safely. The count 0-2 on Tyler Hoffman. Hoffman might have been taking all the way on that one to make sure Curiel could get in. The infield now comes in. Tying run on third. Winning run on second. 0-2 count on Tyler Hoffman. One out here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Bison lead 9-8. Here's the pitch from Henry. Fastball called for strike 3. Tyler Hoffman goes down looking. The second strikeout of the inning for David Henry and the Bison, both of which have come via the looking variety. And the last chance for the Oahe Zap, it's Noah Wiggins. Wiggins 1 for 3 at the plate today. His triple in the 5th gave the Zap a 4-3 lead at the time. He worked a walk in the 8th inning. Can the Zap tie it up? Can the Zap win it? Bison lead 9-8, 2 men out. Runners on second and third. Fastball misses low. A nice stop from Mason Tisano. A wild pitch would tie up the game. Henry looks at the runner at third, now home with the 1-0 pitch. Line drive, right field, that ball's going to get down. 1 run scores. Here comes Emiliano Curiel. He's going to score. It's a walk-off single for Noah Wiggins. Wiggins extends the Zap win streak to 5 games. A clutch, 2 out, 2 RBI single gives the Zap a 10-9 victory over the Bison. Wiggins takes the fastball on the outside corner, shoots it into right field. Celebration on the field for the Oahe Zap as they walk it off for the second time this season. What a way to send the Zap into a couple of days off. Wiggins gives the Zap the 10-9 win. Down to their final out. It doesn't get more clutch than that. Zap win over the Bison 10-9. The Zap 10 runs on 9 hits and 4 errors. The Bison 9 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. An absolute thriller here at Hyde Stadium. I'm Evan Epstein. Want to thank you so much for tuning in as the Zap have now won 5 in a row. 2 games off. We'll return on Monday. 6:05 game against the Spearfish Sasquatch. Make sure to tune in and have a fantastic rest of your night.